All right, so you ready to like dive deep into this whole AI Scrum Master thing?
Oh, yeah. I'm fascinated by this.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, right? Like AI is everywhere these days.
It really is, and now it's like trying to take over our agile processes.
Right. But, you've sent over some really cool articles and research on this topic.
Yeah, I found some really interesting stuff, I think.
Yeah. So let's like break it down.
Mhm.
What are the like key takeaways here?
Yeah.
Is this really going to be like, you know, robots running our sprint planning meetings?
Well, I can tell you right now, it's definitely not about robots taking over.
Oh,
Like, nobody wants that, I don't think.
no.
The whole idea is that AI can be this, like, really powerful tool to enhance the Scrum Master role.
Enhance. Okay. So not replace,
Yeah.
but like make it even better.
Exactly. Like a super-powered assistant for the Scrum Master.
I like that. Okay. So not a replacement for humans, but like a really awesome sidekick.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Okay?
So speaking of awesome, you know that using AI as the Scrum Master report you sent,
Yeah.
those case studies are wild.
They're pretty amazing, right?
Totally. Like that software company that used AI to like totally revamp their sprint planning.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one.
They actually cut their planning time by 25%.
That's incredible. I mean, think about how much time that frees up.
Right. And they were using this machine learning algorithm called Sprint Predict or something like that.
Sprint Predict, exactly. It analyzed all their past projects, to find patterns and stuff.
So it's like learning from experience, but on like a superhuman level.
Exactly. AI can analyze way more data than we ever could.
And it's not just for software development either.
Right. That's what's so exciting about this.
We're seeing AI pop up in marketing finance. You name it.
It's everywhere.
There was that other case study about a remote marketing team.
Oh, yeah, I love that one.
They used an AI bot to manage their daily stand-ups.
And it was integrated right into their Slack channel. So seamless.
Super convenient, right?
Mhm.
Especially for remote teams.
Huge time saver.
Okay. So we've seen some pretty impressive results. But let's get into the nitty-gritty here. How does this actually work? Like,
Okay.
how does AI actually like fit into each of the Scrum ceremonies?
Yeah, let's break it down.
Right. We're talking sprint planning, daily stand-ups, sprint reviews, retrospectives, the whole shebang.
Yeah. Let's start with sprint planning.
Okay. Yep.
I think that's where AI can really shine, you know?
Yeah. How so?
Well, it can analyze all sorts of data to help prioritize the backlog.
Okay. What kind of data are we talking about?
Task complexity, team capacity, even past performance data, all that stuff.
Oh, wow. So it's like it's taking all those factors that we like struggle to juggle in our heads.
Right, exactly. And it's making data-driven recommendations.
So instead of spending like hours debating what to work on first,
Yeah, all those endless discussions.
we can have AI just like spit out a prioritized list.
Exactly. And it can even identify dependencies between tasks.
Oh, yeah. I remember reading about that in the report.
That's a big one. Right, so you don't start working on something that's actually blocked by another task.
Totally. So it's like AI is bringing this whole new level of like foresight and planning to the process.
I think so. Yeah.
Y-
And it's all thanks to algorithms.
Algorithms, right back to the tech stuff.
Yeah. Specifically, machine learning algorithms, they're trained on tons of data.
Okay. So it's not magic. It's just like serious data crunching.
It's like having a superpowered data analyst on your team.
And that's where a tool like ChatGPT could come in, right?
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine feeding ChatGPT all your user stories and acceptance criteria.
Wait, ChatGPT can do that.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was just for like writing emails and blog posts.
No, ChatGPT is way more powerful than that.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm learning something new every day.
It can totally analyze all that information.
Yeah.
And suggest a prioritized backlog.
So it's like using natural language processing to understand what we're actually trying to achieve.
Exactly.
And then it's like, boom,
Yeah.
here's your prioritized backlog.
It's like magic. But it's not magic. It's AI.
Right. Okay. So this is starting to blow my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
So let's like bring it down to earth for a second.
Yeah.
Like in a real world sprint planning meeting.
Right.
Does everyone just sit around while the AI tells them what to do?
No. Of course not.
Okay.
The AI is like an advisor, a really smart one, but it's not the boss.
Gotcha. So it's still a collaborative process?
Absolutely. The team still needs to discuss and adjust and ultimately own the final sprint plan.
Okay. So it's like AI is providing the data and the insights.
Right.
And then the humans are using their judgment and experience to make the decisions.
Exactly. It's a partnership.
So it's not about replacing humans. It's about like giving them superpowers.
I like that.
Okay. So we've tackled sprint planning.
Yeah.
Let's move on to daily stand-ups.
Right.
How can AI help us make those more efficient, especially for remote teams?
That's a great question. Remember that remote marketing team we talked about earlier?
The one with the AI bot?
Yep. They use that bot to like streamline their stand-ups.
Oh, okay. So how did that actually work?
Well, team members would just like send their updates to the bot throughout the day.
Asynchronously.
Mm.
So no need for everyone to be online at the same time.
Exactly. Which is perfect for remote teams with different time zones and stuff.
Right. Makes sense.
And then the bot would analyze all those updates.
And then what?
It created a concise summary for the Scrum Master.
And that's cool.
And it would highlight any blockers that needed immediate attention.
So instead of like cramming all the updates into a 15-minute meeting,
Yeah. Which can be tough with remote teams.
the AI helps us get right to the point.
Exactly.
Okay. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
But what about ChatGPT in this scenario?
Oh, you can totally use ChatGPT for that too, you know?
Okay. Tell me more.
You can just copy and paste all those individual updates right into ChatGPT
Okay.
and then ask it to summarize the key points.
So it's like having an AI note taker for your stand-up meeting.
Exactly. And it can also identify potential blockers.
Oh, wow. And even rank them by urgency.
You got it.
Okay. This is starting to sound like a Scrum Master's dream come true, right? Okay.
Yeah.
But we're just getting started. We've got sprint reviews and retrospectives to cover too.
Oh, yeah. Those are big ones. Let's dive into those next.
Sounds good.
All right. So, sprint reviews, right? Those stakeholder presentations can be a bit nerve-wracking.
Oh, tell me about it. You're always like second guessing yourself. Did I include everything? Or the slides clear enough?
Right. But this is where AI can really help, I think.
Oh, yeah.
How so?
Oh.
It's amazing at data visualization and reporting.
Okay. So like instead of me spending hours trying to make these like pretty charts and graphs,
Yeah, exactly.
AI can just do it for me.
Exactly. It's like having a personal data analyst who's also a graphic designer.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. Okay. So give me an example. Like how does this actually work?
Okay, so imagine you're using a tool like Tableau, for data viz.
Yeah.
But instead of you manually creating all those charts and graphs,
Right.
you just feed all your sprint data into the tool.
Okay.
But here's the kicker. The AI takes over the analysis part.
So it's like Tableau on steroids.
Exactly. And then boom, you get these amazing reports on user stories, progress against sprint goals, all that good stuff.
Wow. And they're like visually appealing too,
Right.
because stakeholders love a good visual.
Oh, absolutely. The AI can create these like really clear and concise summaries.
Perfect for like executive presentations.
Exactly. It's like taking all the stress out of creating those reports.
Okay. So that frees up a ton of time,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't know about you, but I spend way too long on those reports.
Me too. Oh, it's a time suck.
But wait, what about ChatGPT? Does that have a role to play here too?
Oh, for sure. I mean, think about it. You can feed ChatGPT all the sprint outcomes
Okay.
and then just ask it to like draft a presentation for you.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, or even a whole report. It can do that.
Mind blown. Okay. That's next level stuff.
And it can also analyze stakeholder feedback.
Oh, interesting. Like from the sprint review meeting.
Exactly. It can identify key themes, suggest follow-up actions, all that jazz.
This looks like having an AI assistant who's also like a meeting facilitator.
Yeah, kind of. Like it's taking notes, summarizing the key points, and then helping you plan the next steps.
Okay. This is all starting to sound a little too good to be true.
I know, right? But it's real. It's happening.
All right. So we've tackled sprint planning, daily stand-ups, and sprint reviews.
We're on a roll.
Now let's talk about the final ceremony, sprint retrospectives.
Ah, yes. The time for reflection and improvement.
Exactly. So how does AI fit into all of that touchy-feely stuff?
Well, you know how retrospectives are all about getting honest feedback from the team?
Yeah.
This is where AI's sentiment analysis capabilities come in handy.
Sentiment analysis.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like AI is reading the room.
Kind of. It can analyze team feedback from all sorts of sources.
Like what?
Surveys, chats, emails, you name it.
Oh, wow.
And it can detect patterns and potential issues that we might miss as humans.
So it's like having an extra set of eyes, but like super analytical eyes.
Exactly. AI can pick up on subtle cues and language tone, all that stuff.
So it can like flag potential morale problems or areas where the team is struggling.
Exactly. And it can do it in a way that's totally objective. No human bias.
Okay, so that's super helpful. But it's not just about identifying the problems, right?
Right. AI can actually suggest solutions too.
Oh, wow.
Remember that case study where AI actually helped a team improve their communication?
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
It analyzed their past retrospective data and suggested specific strategies for better communication.
So it's like having a data-driven coach for your team.
I like that analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like AI is helping a team continuously improve.
Okay. So sentiment analysis, AI-powered coaching. What about ChatGPT? Can we use it for retrospectives too?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, imagine this. You just paste all the team's feedback into ChatGPT,
Okay.
and you ask it to generate an anonymized summary.
So no one feels like they're being called out.
Exactly. And then you can ask ChatGPT to suggest action plans for any issues that were raised.
Wow. So it's like taking all the heavy lifting out of the retrospective process.
It really is. And it can even provide templates for structuring the next retrospective. Oh, cool. So it's like constantly iterating and improving.
Exactly. That's the beauty of AI. It's always learning and adapting.
Okay. So we've covered how AI can help with all 4 Scrum ceremonies.
From sprint planning to retrospectives.
But what about some of the more human aspects of the Scrum Master role?
Like what?
Like conflict resolution and impediment removal. Those can be really tricky even for experienced Scrum Masters.
You're right. Those are tough ones.
So can AI actually help us with those too?
That's a great question. And I think the answer is yes,
Uh,
but it's a little more nuanced. It is nuanced for sure. But I think AI can bring some unique advantages to those areas too.
Okay. So let's start with conflict resolution.
Okay. So you know how communication is key in any team, right?
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Especially these days with everyone working remotely and stuff.
Exactly.
Mm.
And a lot of that communication happens online,
Yeah.
in chats, emails, all that.
Totally. So much happens in Slack these days.
And here's the thing. AI can actually analyze all that communication.
Wow. It can look for patterns and red flags that might indicate a conflict is brewing.
So it's like an early warning system for team drama.
Kind of. It's like AI is playing detective.
I like that.
Okay.
But how does it actually work? Like, how can AI detect a conflict just from reading our chats?
Well, it's a combo of natural language processing and sentiment analysis.
So there's some big words.
I know, right? But basically, AI can understand the meaning behind the words we use.
Okay.
It can identify negative language patterns, recurring points of friction, and even assess the overall emotional tone of the conversation.
So it's like AI is reading between the lines.
Exactly. It's looking for those subtle cues that we might miss as humans.
Okay, so let's say the AI flags a potential conflict. Then what? Does it tell us how to fix it?
Well, it can actually suggest ways to approach the situation.
Really?
Yeah, it can draft mediation strategies or even provide scripts for having those difficult conversations.
Scripts for difficult conversations. That sounds a little robotic, don't you think?
Yeah, I get that. It's definitely important to remember that AI should never replace human judgment and empathy.
Right. Because conflict resolution is all about understanding people's emotions and perspectives.
Exactly. And that's where the human Scrum Master comes in.
So it's like AI is providing the framework, and then the human Scrum Master uses their emotional intelligence to adapt it to the specific situation.
Exactly. It's a collaboration. And of course, ChatGPT can help out here too.
I was just going to ask about that. So we can describe the conflict to ChatGPT,
Yeah,
and it can help us figure out a way forward.
exactly. It can generate potential dialogue options, suggest ways to reframe the issue, even offer strategies for finding common ground.
Okay, so AI is helping us spot conflicts and even navigate those tough conversations.
Pretty cool, right?
Fully. But what about impediments? Those
Sure.
roadblocks that could totally derail a sprint?
Oh, yeah. Those are the worst. And that's where AI's predictive capabilities can be super helpful.
Predictive capabilities. So it's like AI is a fortune teller.
Kind of. It can analyze all sorts of data to predict potential impediments before they even happen.
Okay, so what kind of data are we talking about here?
Historical data from past projects, resource availability, even external factors like upcoming holidays or industry events.
So it's like AI is taking all those things that we might not even think about.
Right.
And it's warning us, hey, watch out for this.
Exactly. It's all about being proactive.
Okay, so let's say the AI identifies a potential impediment.
Yeah.
What happens then? Does it tell us what to do?
Well, not exactly. It's more like a guide. It
Yeah.
can help prioritize which impediments need immediate attention, suggest step-by-step plans to address them, and even monitor progress towards resolution.
So it's like having an AI project manager who's laser focused on removing those roadblocks.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And remember that case study where AI flagged a potential delay due to resource availability?
Yeah. What happened?
The Scrum Master was able to proactively coordinate additional resources, and they avoided a major setback.
Wow. So it's like AI is helping us stay ahead of the curve.
Exactly. That's the power of prediction.
Okay. So it sounds like AI can be this amazing Scrum Master sidekick.
I think so.
But let's get practical for a moment. What does it actually take to implement all this AI magic in a real world Scrum setting?
Well, the good news is that it's becoming increasingly accessible. There are so many tools and platforms out there.
Yeah. But where do we even start?
I think the first step is to assess your team's specific needs. What are the biggest pain points? Where could AI provide the most value?
So it's not about just like throwing AI at every problem.
Right. You need to be strategic about it.
Okay, so once we know what problems we're trying to solve,
Then you need to choose the right tools for the job.
okay. So what are some examples?
Well, if you're looking for backlog prioritization, you might consider Jira or ClickUp with AI integrations.
Okay,
For sentiment analysis, there are tools like Poly or Retrium.
got it.
And for risk management, you might explore options like RiskWatch or Forecast.
Wow, there's so many
So
options.
no, it can be overwhelming.
It really can. So what's your advice? Like, how do we make sense of all this?
I think the key is to start small. Don't try to implement everything at once.
Okay, so like dip our toes in the water.
Exactly. Maybe start with one or two AI features like AI-powered dashboards or sentiment analysis for retrospectives.
Okay,
See how it goes. Gather feedback from the team and then gradually expand your AI usage over time.
so it's like an iterative process,
I
just
know.
like Scrum itself.
Exactly. It's all about continuous improvement.
And it's not just about the tools, right? We need to make sure the team is comfortable using them.
Oh, absolutely. Training is essential. You need to make sure everyone understands how the AI tools work, what their limitations are, and how to interpret the data they provide.
So it's about empowering the team, not replacing them.
Exactly. AI should be a tool that helps us do our jobs better, not something that takes our jobs away.
Right. And it's also important to measure the impact, right?
Yeah.
We need to know if all this AI integration is actually making a difference.
For sure. You need to track your metrics. Are we seeing reduced lead times, improved morale, faster conflict resolution? If the data shows that the AI isn't adding value, then it might be time to reassess and adjust your approach.
So it's like a constant feedback loop.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. From AI-powered sprint planning to conflict resolution and impediment removal, it's clear that AI has the potential to like totally transform how Scrum teams operate.
It really does. It's an exciting time to be in this field.
It is. But with all this talk about AI's potential, I think it's important to remember that AI is still just a tool.
That's a really important point. We can't just blindly hand over the reins to the algorithms,
Right, so it's not about replacing human Scrum Masters with robots.
Not at all. In fact, I think AI will actually free up Scrum Masters to focus on those uniquely human elements of leadership.
Okay, so like what?
Things like building trust, fostering empathy, creating a positive team culture,
Yeah.
All those things that AI can't really do.
So it's like AI is taking care of the mechanics, and then the human Scrum Master can focus on the heart of teamwork.
Exactly. It's a beautiful partnership. And as AI continues to evolve, we'll likely see even more sophisticated applications, Imagine AI helping teams identify and leverage their collective strengths or facilitating team building exercises that are tailored to individual personalities.
Wow, that's mind-blowing. But it also raises a question for me. If AI can help teams work more effectively, communicate more clearly, even resolve conflicts more efficiently, does that change what it means to be a team?
That's a profound question. And honestly, I don't have a definitive answer. It's something we all need to think about as we navigate this new world of AI-powered collaboration. What does it mean to be a team when AI is playing such a prominent role? Does it enhance our human connections or does it create distance between us?
Those are some really big questions, and I don't think there are any easy answers.
No, but they're important questions to ask. And ultimately, it's up to us humans to decide how to use AI responsibly and ethically in a team setting.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into world of AI Scrum Masters, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I think it's this: embrace the possibilities, but proceed thoughtfully. AI is a powerful tool, but remember the heart of teamwork is human connection. Never lose sight of that.
That's a great point to end on. Thanks for joining us today. It's been an amazing conversation.
It really has. Thanks for having me.